when you look at the electromagnetic spectrum that we are currently aware of, the amount of that spectrum on which we have visible light, the light with which we are able to see, is 1/8 of a trillionth of the magnetic spectrum. In other words, when it comes to what we can sense in this universe, it's so small that anybody who looks at the entire electromagnetic spectrum and different creatures, some mosquitoes can see with infrared. That's why they are able to settle on your skin and know where the blood veins or where the blood vessels are and where to, inject their proboscis and suck blood from. Bats have acoustic radar system where they use sound waves to find their way around. Snakes, rattlesnakes, for example, have infrared sensing. They can see heat in the dark. We can't see infrared. We need special technology to see in the dark, usually used by the military. So when we look at the spectrum of sensing things compared to what we can see when we open our eyes, honestly, as human beings, we are blind. We see nothing compared to what there is to see. And yet we are so arrogant, so destructive of this planet. We have no problem killing snakes that have not harmed us, destroying their habitats, simply because we do not appreciate the advancement of the technology, of the biotechnology that is in the form of other living things out there. It is important we realize that the planet Earth, when we talk about Earth, when we talk about this planet, if human beings are to be like artists who draw on canvas, however, and that drawing is going to be the drawing and the projections of your economy and the politics and the culture and the social life. Everything we're going to do in this world is on this canvas called the environment. And if the environment is destroyed, forget about the economy, forget about everything else. Environmental destruction creates the same effect as war, even worse. And just as war has refugees, the environment has environmental refugees. People move because the water level of the sea level is rising. People move because the desert is expanding. Here in Nigeria, the Sahara Desert is moving southwards at the speed of about 3 kilometers per year. It sounds like a small thing, 3 kilometers per year. In some places up to 5 kilometers per year. In 1 year, 3 kilometers. In 30 years, about 90 to 100 kilometers of land that is used by farmers will become deserts. And they will have to change crops to just date palms, acacia, baobab, and the plants that can survive, gum arabic, plants that can survive desert culture. In 30 years, 100 kilometers of northern fringe of Nigeria will become desert. In 30 years, in another 60 years, just look at the map and see what will happen to Nigeria in 100 years. And for some of our children being born today, and the medical advances, a lot of them will survive 100 years. A lot of the trees we talk about, they will not see those trees because those trees will not survive the current climates. Mangoes will not survive where they currently survive in the next 100 years. you would need a lot of water. But with the desert comes dryness, and this water is disappearing.